Hello again YouTube, this is Grimreaper 1312-666, or better known as Nihilus. I will today start a new fanfic you would all like to hear. It's Fallout Equestria, this long epos. I tend to do it in more parts because one chapter will break my maximum of 15 minutes. So I hope I can finish the story, it's rather long. While I record this, I'm on TeamSpeak, so any weird noises in the background, it's not me or any surroundings, it's just the guys on TeamSpeak. I hope they behave a little bit. So, let's get to the introduction. Introduction. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Equestria, there came an era when the ideals of friendship gave way to greed, selfishness, paranoia, and a jealous reaping of dwindling space and natural resources. Lands took up arms against their neighbors. The end of the world occurred much as we have predicted. The world was plunged into an abyss of balefire and dark magic. The details are trivial and pointless. The reason, as always, purely our own. The world was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing, a magical spark struck by pony hoofs, quickly raged out of control. Mega spells rained from the sky, entire lands were swallowed in flames, and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Ponykind was almost extinguished. Their spirits became part of the ambition radiation that blanketed the lands. A quiet darkness fell across the world. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue for another bloody chapter in pony history. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as stables. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of waste to greet them. All accepted those in Stable 2. For on that fateful day when spellfire rained from the sky, the giant steel door of Stable 2 swung close and never reopened. Fallout Equestria. Prologue of Pip-Bugs and Cutie Marks. If I'm going to tell you about the adventure of my life, explain how I got to this place with these people, and why I did what I'm going to do next, I should probably start by explaining a little bit about Pip-Bugs. What is a Pip-Bug? A Pip-Bug is a device worn on a foreleg, just above the hoof, issued to every pony in a stable when they become old enough to start work. A blending of unicorn pony magic and science, your Pip-Bug will keep a constant measure of your health and even help administer healing poultices and other medicine. Track and organize everything in your saddlebags, assist in repairs, and keep all manner of notes and maps available at Hoof Tab. Plus, it allows you to listen to the stable broadcast whenever you would like, as it can tune into and decrypt just about any radio frequency. And that's not all. A pony's Pip-Bug generates an EFS, Eyes Forward Sparkle, that will indicate direction and help gauge whether the ponies or creatures around you are hostile. And, perhaps most impressively, a Pip-Bug can magically aid you in a fight for brief periods of time, through use of the SATS, Stable Tag Arcane Targeting spell. Oh, and a feature not to be forgotten, it can keep track of the location of tagged objects or people, including the wearers of Pip-Bugs. So if a pony somehow got lost, don't ask me how you could get lost in a stable, but it does happen on occasion, then any pony who knew the lost pony's tag could find them instantly. It can even be made to glow like a lamp. So yes, Pip-Bugs really are a testament to unicorn pony arcane science. And yes, having a Pip-Bug is a big advantage. So with how wonderful and miraculous all that just sounded, it's hard to impress upon ponies who never lived in a stable just how ordinary, how pedestrian a Pip-Bug was in the eyes of the ponies living in Stable 2, and why I was disappointed to have one as my cutie mark. Every pony in Stable 2 had a Pip-Bug. All that stuff I mentioned. Most ponies don't use even half of that. They just use it to tune into the stable broadcast, listen to the sweet, sweet voice of Velvet Remedy in the evenings, or latest school singing competitions during the day. The stable had 2 soccer leagues in which allowed SATS and one which prohibited it. Otherwise, most ponies paid their Pip-Bugs almost no attention at all. The overmare issues each pony their own pip bug on the day of their cutie mark party, usually a day or two after you get the mark on your flanks, that tells every pony what makes you special, what you're destined to be good at. Once it shows, the overmare knows what work to assign you. You know your place in the stable. So no, I was not thrilled that what made me special was something that every pony had, which was a lot like being told I wasn't special at all. Sure, getting a pip bug as my cutie mark could have meant I was destined to become an awesome pip bug repair filly or something, but in reality, it was like getting a cutie mark of a cutie mark. Didn't help that I was the last pony to get a cutie mark. Not surprising in retrospect. Kinda though, to find what you're supposed to be good at when what you're supposed to be good at is something you don't get until you've found what you're supposed to be good at. So I tried everything. I even tried to invent new things. As unicorn pony myself, my initiate magics allow me a level of fine manipulation that earth ponies don't enjoy. Any pony can hold a key in their teeth and open a lock, but using multiple tools in a very delicate operation, that requires precision levitation. So I decided to learn to pick locks with a booby pin. Yeah, it's booby pin. Booby pin and screwdriver. And I was even getting pretty good at it. Unfortunately, it didn't get me my cutie mark. It just got me into trouble. I even, to my humiliation, went through the CAT, cutie mark aptitude test, in the hopes it would guide me to what made me special. But no, my CAT was utterly average, with only marginally higher scores in a couple areas, indicating that I might be suited for work as a pip bug technician or a stable loyalty inspector. Two options, I should note, that were even less impressive when you consider that I was generally expected that unicorn ponies would go into their either technical or administrative work. That is, except the unicorn ponies who are natural artists like Velvet Remedy. As I said before, our inherent magic allows us to sort of fine manipulation that technical work demands. Likewise, the Overmare and her government were always unicorn ponies. It is the Overmare's unicorn magic, after all, that creates the false sunlight used to grow our underground's apple orchard. While our apples might not look like those beautiful red things in the old books, they are what kept us alive. It was only because they let me try my hooves at both positions that I gained access to a pip bug before receiving my own, otherwise I might never have gotten my cutie mark. Oh my name is Little Pip, go figure. I was given the name because I was the youngest and the smallest, and even my mother had a good sense not to call me Pipsqueak. Not that I don't love her, but when a filly's cutie mark is a glass of hard apple cider. Anyway, funny how names like that turn out sometimes. Pleased to meet you. Here is my story. So, this was the intro and the prologue of Fallout Equestria. I hope you liked it. One part just sent me off so far away that booby pin or bobby pin or whatever, I couldn't get it out of my mind, sorry. But see you next time. I won't be able to upload so much in next time because I have to work in the garden and so on. But I will manage somehow. So, till next time.